Good morning. Welcome to this Sunday service with the Eno River Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. We're here in Durham, North Carolina. Wherever you are, whomever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, welcome. I'm Reverend Deborah Cayer. I'm the lead minister here. If you're visiting with us for the first or the second time, I invite you to say hello in the chat box on your screen. You'll find a welcome there and a link to some information about us. And at noon today, we're offering our Inquirers class. All are welcome, especially if you're interested in membership or if you'd really like to get to know more about us. We invite you to take this series of 8 classes. This is just a great way to get to know more about our fellowship and to meet some other really great folks while you do that. So it's good, even if you're not new here, all are welcome. So you can tell that our worship team is not in our sanctuary this morning. We are webcasting remotely until cases of COVID-19 decline a bit more in our area. We are so eager to get back to our beautiful sanctuary, though, just as soon as it is safely possible. I want to let you know that tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock, our Restitution for Racism group is sponsoring a panel discussion. It's the first in a series, Narrowing the Racial Wealth Gap. Panelists include Dr. Henry McCoy, a business professor at NC Central, Cameron Smith, the executive director of Communities in Partnership, a longtime community activist, and also Corey Hogans of the Durham Racial Equity Task Force Wealth and Economy Subcommittee. So this is really a conversation with other folks in the community who are also very interested in restitution for racism. This is going to be good. You can find out more about that on our website and also in e-news. There are so many additional programs and groups and classes happening at ERUUF, all online. You're going to hear about some more later in the service, specifically about earth justice. But you can find out about everything that's going on around here by looking at our weekly e-news. It's a really good little handy guide, and also on our website. So I am here this morning with members of our Earth Justice Ministry team, Betsy Bickle, Denise Frizzell, Leila Rosa, and Cheryl Turney. Some of them have pre-recorded, some of them are live, but we're here together in spirit, and that's awesome. Also joining us are our tech team, Sean Trimble and Michelle Sager, and our musicians, Kate Lewis, Jocelyn Neal, Jess Hutterman, and some of our chalice singers, all previously recorded music for this service, and we are so grateful. So let's just take a minute and center ourselves. And I want to invite you to just take a breath and let it out. Just sense for a moment, where is your energy? It might be in your belly. It might be in your chest. It might be up in your head. Just is. Just notice it. So let's take another breath and let's just see, as you exhale, if you can drop down into the area in your chest around your heart. And as you exhale, just feel that area soften. Just soften as your heart just naturally opens in the safety and the peace of this time, this gathering for worship. In this spirit, our services will continue this morning. Here's Kate with the prelude.
Our opening words this morning are from Earthrise by Amanda Gorman. On Christmas Eve, 1968, astronaut Bill Anders snapped a photo of the Earth. As Apollo 8 orbited the moon, our planet looked like an Earthrise, a blue orb hovering over the moon's gray horizon with deep oceans and silver skies.
It was our world's first glance at itself, our first chance to see a shared reality, a declared stance and a commonality, a glimpse into our planet's mirror. And as threats grew nearer, our own urgency became clearer as we realized that we hold nothing dearer than this floating body we call home.
We've known that we're caught in the throes of climactic changes some say will just go away, while others simply pray to survive another day. For it is the obscure, the oppressed, the poor, who, when the disaster is declared done, still suffer more than anyone.
Climate change is the single greatest challenge of our time. Of this, you're certainly aware. It's saddening, but I cannot spare you from knowing an inconvenient fact, because it's getting the facts straight that gets us to act and not to wait. So I tell you this not to scare you, but to prepare you, to dare you to dream a different reality.
We light our chalice this morning, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. May this little flame light our way back to the ancient memory that our planet and all life upon it is life's audacious, awesome dream. May this light show us the way into a shared dream of a new, different, sustainable reality. We're going to sing together now. Our next song is For the Beauty of the Earth. The words will appear on your screen.
theme of our service today is Earth Heart, Earth Justice. Using poetry, music, and inspiring videos, we'll acknowledge together the pain and frustration we feel about our beautiful Earth, and we'll offer ways to move into commitment and action from a place of love and connection. Next, this video by Jewel Song speaks more about this acknowledgement and about our shared movement forward.
For millennia, sky the lover, earth beloved, birth the beauty and the bounty, the fruits of their embrace. The people came, saying we can do it better. This is all here for the profit. We're the mighty human race. And we multiplied, crushing beauty, wasting bounty, till the earth was parched and sickened, and the sky was choked with smoke. Clever arrogance turn the balance into chaos. Now the sky will give no water, and the earth has ceased to grow. Let it rain, let it rain, let the swollen clouds roll in, let the gods announce their presence with a flashing, crashing din. Let it rain, let it rain, let the sky release his shower, let the earth receive her blessing, turning desert into flower. Let it rain, let it rain, let the healing tears flow down, let the waters of forgiveness soothe our cracked and withered ground. Let it rain, let it rain, let it soak us to our marrow, let us lift our streaming faces to be kissed by our beloved weeping sky. We are suffering through a time of great upheaval. We are living through the dangers of the limits of our minds as we balance here on the precipice of peril. We can fall in fear and anger, or begin to read the signs. Now some people pray, saying we can do it better. There is more to life than profit for the mighty human race. Let us learn from them. Sky the lover, earth beloved, in the beauty and the bounty, as the fruit of their embrace. Let it rain, let it rain, let the swollen clouds roll in, let the gods announce their presence with a flashing, crashing din. Let it rain, let it
Let's turn now to what is essential through 2 readings from the book Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Ms. Kimmerer is a member of the Citizen Potawatomi Nation and a professor of environmental biology at SUNY. Kimmerer says, in the settler mind, land was property, real estate, capital. But to our people, it was everything. Identity, the connection to our ancestors, the home of our non-human kinsfolk, our pharmacy, our library, the source of all that sustained us, our ground. It belonged to itself. It was a gift, not a commodity. How, in our modern world, can we find our way to understand the earth as a gift again, to make our relations with the world sacred again? Can we behave as if the living world were a gift?
For the greater part of human history and in places in the world today, common resources were the rule. But some invented a different story, a social construct in which everything is a commodity to be bought and sold. The market economy story has spread like wildfire, with uneven results for human well-being and devastation for the natural world. But it is just a story we have told ourselves, and we are free to tell another, to reclaim the old story. We can choose. If all the world is a commodity, how poor we grow. When all the world is a gift, how wealthy we become.
Have you heard of the Green Faith Network? Green Faith is a worldwide, multi-faith climate and environmental movement with partners around the globe. The UU Justice Ministry of North Carolina has identified Green Faith as a justice partner. We're sharing with you here today a video from Green Faith that presents the central Green Faith statement, which echoes our own ERUUF Earth Justice, Love, and Care for the Earth and all beings.
We are united by a fundamental belief that all people,
all living things,
all living things,
and the earth are sacred. As we consider the state of the world today, our hearts overflow with concern.
Tenemos temor y estamos frustrados por el daño que el COVID-19 está infligiendo en nuestras comunidades.
The pandemic has revealed
cruel injustices.
The vulnerable suffer the most severe impacts.
We know about this injustice. We have seen it before.
We have seen it before.
These same communities are disproportionately and catastrophically affected
by the accelerating climate emergency.
Vemos las grandes amenazas que están a nuestra puerta.
We see the rise of increasingly unaccountable or authoritarian governments,
exploitative economies, and extremist cultural forces which pit us against each other,
target women and oppressed communities,
and foster doubt about the science required to save life on Earth.
This is a world of widespread poverty,
racial and gender injustice, massive income inequality, and a devastation of nature.
This version of civilization is unsustainable at every level.
A far better future is possible.
Un futuro mucho mejor
es posible si nuestra respuesta colectiva a la pandemia
y a la crisis climática está guiada por la compasión, el amor y la justicia.
At a scale that meets this moment.
We must not only provide the relief that so many need to survive, we must create a new culture, politics, and economy of life that heals people and planet.
Visualizamos un mundo transformado
in which humanity in all its diversity has developed a shared reverence for life on Earth.
Together we are building resilient, caring communities
and economies that meet everyone's needs and protect the planet.
The era of conquest
extraction and exploitation is given way to cooperation and community.
The good life is one of connectedness with each other and all of nature.
It is a world of flourishing life that replaces despair with joy,
scarcity with shared abundance,
and privilege with justly distributed power.
The work to create this future
Este trabajo comienza ahora.
begins now.
En los próximos meses, los gobiernos y las instituciones financieras gastarán sumas masivas en respuesta a la pandemia.
Governments will present climate commitments at COP26 in November 2021.
These actions must not perpetuate an outdated economic system
that relies on fossil fuels and the destruction of the very forests, waters, oceans, and soils that make life possible.
Instead, they should accelerate renewable energy development,
ensure universal access to clean water and air, affordable clean energy,
and food grown with respect for the land.
Create jobs, paying families sustaining wages to workers in safe conditions.
Deben garantizar la protección de los derechos de las comunidades indígenas y los y las defensoras del medio ambiente, de cuya seguridad dependen los ecosistemas saludables.
Wealthy countries must take responsibility for a larger share of emission reductions to support a global just transition.
We must also prepare ourselves to welcome those who will be displaced by COVID and climate change.
Compassion, love, and justice require no less from us.
La compasión, el amor y la justicia no exigen menos de todas y todos nosotros.
I invite you to join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Our prayer this morning is based on a prayer by Lynn Cox. It's slightly adapted. Spirit of creation, source of life and love, we give thanks for the beauty of this day and for the company of those gathered in this time. We can feel each other's presence, even though we are not physically together. We are united in the spirit of love. This morning we give thanks for the breezes of change, clearing our heads, bringing fresh, new ideas. May these winds cleanse our minds of oppressions and any isms that divide us. We give thanks for the flame of hope, the heat of righteous anger, the warmth of compassion, the fire of commitment. May these shine in the cauldrons of transformation within. We give thanks for oceans of love, rivers of connection, tears of relief, pools of serenity. May healing waters flow over us and through us and among us, wearing down the sharp rocks of despair to bring joy, joy, joy. We give thanks for the good earth beneath us, around us, and within us. May we take this day and co-create a new realm of justice and beauty. Let's pause this morning and let's hold in our hearts and lift up all the people to our south and to our west, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, all the places that have been so hard hit by the weather, that polar vortex. And they lost power and water. Our hearts are with them this morning. We hold in our hearts all first responders and all frontline workers, all who are on the front lines of COVID-19, who are helping us get well, who are making sure that we have enough of everything we need for life to go on. All those supply chain workers, all of those teachers and our kids, our elders who are finally being vaccinated so they can get out of solitary confinement. We hold all these in our hearts, as well as folks with underlying conditions, folks struggling financially, business owners who are so worried. All of them in our hearts. We are one. We give thanks this morning for all the gifts of life that are ours, and we commit to accepting whatever resources are placed in our hands, and we commit to build, sculpt, paint, sing, dance them into life, abundant life. So may it be. Ashe. Amen.
In our opening words, we shared part of Earthrise, a poem by Amanda Gorman, the first youth poet laureate of the United States, who received rave reviews for her poem, The Hill We Climb, delivered at the January 20th inauguration of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Amanda Gorman is also a compelling climate leader. Here she is sharing her inspiring poem, Earthrise, from the stage at the Los Angeles Climate Reality Leadership Corps training in August 2018.
This team invites you to tell your energy regulators in North Carolina to reject Duke's IRP and to call for a plan that puts clean energy and climate justice at the forefront by going to dukeenergiesplan.org. dukesenergyplan.org. Hopefully this URL is in the chat, and also there's a link to a summary of these 3 actions as well as a few more on the ERUUF homepage calendar of events. Awaken, accept, admit, at one-ment. Authentic, heart-centered action to advance our principles in the world with detachment, humility, and trust in the ultimate reality of infinite love, wisdom, and power. This is our call right here, right now.
Thank you, Denise. In just a moment, we're going to listen to our chalice singers singing This Pretty Planet. And as we're listening to them, we have the chance to check out the links that Denise offered. They should be in the chat. And also there will be a link in the chat to ERUUF's secure giving page. If you'd like to make an offering this morning to support the work of this fellowship, that's also possible during this time. Here are our children singing now.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giants spin us around, all through the night, safe till morning light. This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. This pretty planet spinning through space, your gentle blue giants spin us around. This pretty planet spinning through space, your gentle blue giants, your holy place. Golden sun going space, your gentle blue giants, your holy place. Golden sun going space, your gentle blue giants, your holy place. Golden sun going space, your gentle blue giants, your holy place. Golden sun going bright, gentle blue giants, holy bright, all through the night, safe till the morning light.
We give thanks for all these gifts so generously given, the gifts of music, the gifts of time, talent, treasure, the gifts of caring so passionately and deeply for our beloved planet. We're going to sing one last time together, Blue Boat Home. I am trusting that the words will be on the screen this time. I know how much y'all love to sing at home, and hopefully this will be there. This is Blue Boat Home.
Though below me I feel no motion, life's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in a beautiful blue boat I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
All care to protect this world, this riddled blue marble, this little true marvel. We are demonstrating, creating, advocating. We heed this inconvenient truth because we need to be anything but lenient with the future of our youth.
There is no rehearsal. The time is now, now, now. Because the reversal of harm and protection of a future so universal should be anything but controversial. So earth, pale blue dot, we will fail you not.
We know it's never too soon to choose hope. We choose to do more than cope with climate change. We choose to end it. With every dawn, we carry the weight of the fate of this celestial body orbiting a star. And an environmental movement of this size is simply another form of an Earthrise.
What can we do? Open your eyes. Know that the future of this wise planet lies right in sight, right in all of us. Trust this earth uprising.
Go in love, friends. Go in peace to be part of the Earthrise movement of love and action to protect our beloved earth. Blessed be. Amen.